Shalom Yasharallah, this your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shad, Bahashem, Rakach Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here lesson, going into this here mark of the beast, all right, and explaining exactly what this here thing is, all right, because you got a lot of people out there who are saying it's this and it's that, and how do we know what it is? All right, so we're going to go through these words and we're going to break down exactly for you what this here thing is, all right, to where there's no questions about it. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit of a video in between this to kind of show you a little bit what because they already have the system already in place in certain places. A lot of places around the world, the system's already in place, but nevertheless, mainly this is geared towards you Israelites. All right, you're the ones that's commanded not to get this here chip. All right, but nevertheless, which the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. All right, once it's implanted inside of your skin. All right, because why? A lot of people, you see it on your debit card, your credit cards, and things like that. Yeah, it's on there. Yeah, it's in in your key fobs, your smartphones, and all these different things. But nevertheless, when it consolidate all these things and put them into one chip inside of your body, this is when it's going to be. All right, this is what it is. All right, just like as you see all these systems going that way. All right, with the healthcare system. All right, they're giving you all these discounts as far as for these biometric screenings, which biometrics is the measurements of life. All right, your heart algorithm or your heartbeat algorithm with that, and just all your vital signs or whatnot. All right, not just that, you got facial recognition, you got retina scans, you got fingerprint scans. All this information is going inside of your RFID chip. All right, this is why they're getting all this here data from you. All right, same with these social media sites. All right, Facebook and all that. They're getting it. They know a whole lot more about you. Your computer, your smartphone. All right, know more about you than anybody else on planet Earth, man. All right, the people at Google and stuff know more about you than anybody else. Imagine that if you married, you got a husband or a wife. Let's in righteousness. You know what I'm saying? A woman has a husband or a man has a wife. All right, you think you've been married for so long. Oh, I know everything about them. But guess what? The internet know more about you than that person. All right, they know what you secretly searching or whatnot. But nevertheless, we're gonna go into this here scripture. Like I said, I'm gonna read through it. I'll play a little video, then I'm going to go back through it and go into some of these here words, all right? So this is Revelation 13:16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their forehead, that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, so going into that, all right, it's saying over in verse 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive this mark in their right hand or their forehead, that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark." So what you're going to be, is now I'm going to show you a video of how this all is going to play out. But nevertheless, this is pretty much going to be an authentication token, all right, to be able to do a lot of different things, all right? So like I said, the video will explain a lot more of it. But nevertheless, it's not just you're not going to be able to buy or sell. It's not going to just be like your debit card is, all right? It's going to be more than just like your debit card. It's going to be tracking you, all your vital signs. It's going to tell you when you took medicines and things like that. They have all these different applications for it, and also tracking you. All these different things that's going to go into this here chip, man. All right, and you're going to see in the video to where, if you basically going against the government or going against whatever they say, and we already know how Esau rolls, they'll create laws on everything. How they, like here in America, they tell you, oh yeah, you got the, one of them, I think it's maybe the Second Amendment or whatever like that, where you have freedom to bear arms or whatnot. But nevertheless, Jake don't have that right. You know what I'm saying? So they'll find a way to pretty much make you against the law. Make you a non-law-abiding citizen just to come down on you, to be justified with that. All right. But nevertheless, it says he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So let's go into this here video real fast. And this is on YouTube. And you can just look this up, China social credit system, all right? So this one here says social credit system coming to China with citizens scored on behavior, from NBC News, all right? So I'm going to play this here video.
Everywhere she goes, Ouyang Haoyu is followed. What she buys, how she behaves, is tracked and scored to show how responsible and trustworthy she is. It's called the social credit system, and in one version now being tested, a person's reputation is scored on a scale of 350 to 950. And Hallyu, with a good score of 752, is okay with it. In fact, most people are.
It's a mechanism pushes you to become a better citizen.
It's big data meets Big Brother, expanding how the government monitors, understands, and ultimately controls its 1.4 billion citizens.
这个是针对
Thanks to advances in artificial.
This is how they control 1.4 billion citizens, all right? It's easy to control people when you're the one feeding them, all right? Or when you have control over it and you monitoring everybody with these here chips, man, all right?
Artificial intelligence and facial recognition, and a web of more than 200 million surveillance cameras.
Are people bothered by privacy concerns?
We think a lot of camera keep the safety is really good. We can accept it.
Companies are experimenting with the algorithms to help the government create the new national social credit system.
Hey, and that's how they're going to be pushing this, for safety concerns, or basically like more or less like a luxury for you, all right? It's problem, reaction, solution. They know what the solution is. They want to chip everybody, all right? So they have to create a problem. The problem is we're going to just bring everything into straight chaos, all right? We're going to turn everything upside down and make everybody scream for help, help, help. And then we're going to offer them some kind of help. All right, well, look, everything is in a chaotic state. We need some kind of order and organization. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to wind up chipping everybody so we can monitor everybody and get things in order. All right.
The government also has pilot projects. In one, citizens are required to do hours of unpaid work to get benefits. And scores are docked for things like littering, a messy yard, gossip, even jaywalking.
Hey, like I said, they littering, gossiping, jaywalking, things like that. They're going to wind up docking your pay. All right. And just imagine, Jake just sitting around talking shit about other people in the confines of their own home, which really ain't much of shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they ain't, Jake do a lot of shit talking. They don't really be doing nothing about it. He's like, that motherfucker over there ain't no good. He ain't nothing but a low down dirty dog. They ain't really doing nothing to nobody over there. They just talking shit. All right. But nevertheless, they're going to start docking your score. All right. You talking about the government, you whatever. What ultimately, think of it this way. Hey, following up the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah and the Lord's doctrine, all right, and the law, statutes, commandments, this is all against this here society, all right? They want to, promote homosexuality to your children, all right? Now, they get this inside of your brain and everything. They're going to be able to read your thoughts. They got movies on these things already. But nevertheless, you see them saying how they can just make any of the most minuscule things against the law to where your social credit score goes down. And they're about to start speaking on it, how you're not going to be able to buy or sell or get into anything, which basically you'll wind up being homeless, all right? And if you locked out of everything, you wind up being homeless, then your score's going further down. You're not going to be able to bring that score back up, all right? Then you just basically fucked, all right? But this is their solution anyway. They just want to kill off everybody, all right? They're going to come up with new rules and new rules and new rules, What's going to stop them from saying, look, y'all got to pay taxes now, with regular tax like everybody pay now. But then if they just increase the tax 4 billion% and be like, well, fuck it, y'all got to pay it. Nobody can actually afford to pay no 4 billion% on taxes, right? All right, well, fuck it. We're going to just kill all of y'all, then, motherfucker, because y'all, you all slacking. You see what I'm saying? All they got to do is change the rules and change the laws to where everybody's basically affected by this thing, all right? And right now, you got Donald Trump pushing in the, pushing to write in the legislation to be able to basically account for every human being inside of America, all right? To go along with the census, all right? Whether they're Americans or American citizens or not, all right? They want to be able to, count up every single person here in America and turn those documentations over to the Department of Commerce, all right? Going back into this, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, say if you either have the mark, all right?
Video of offenders is shown on the local news. And information collectors like Zhou Aini are paid to report on their neighbors. Her quota, 10 entries a month. Like the man who carried a drunk person home. A good deed, she says. Good social credit gets rewarded with perks like cheap loans and travel deals. But a bad score means public shame and...
We'll get to that. But look, you get good scores, you get basically like discounts and stuff like this and that. Hey, that's what they telling you, man. That's, oh, yeah, we can get some discounts. Oh, I like saving money. We can say, that's how these people get got with a lot of stuff, with just a gift destroyed at the heart, like the scriptures say, all right? Oh, we can save if we do this, Oh, you see a lot of these programs. Give us your information and we'll give you a discount on something, all right? Just like I know at my last job I was working at, they was always trying to give me a discount on my health insurance if I would have wound up, going through the biometric screening. It's not mandatory to do this, but you get a discount on your healthcare if you wind up doing all this. It's like, so you basically giving over your information, you know, for a discount, you know. And really, when you add up the discount all the way at the end of the year, like, that ain't even one of my paychecks throughout the whole year. Why the fuck am I finna give my whole all this here information on myself like this to help them out just for less than one of my paychecks throughout the whole year? All right, fuck that. But what? You know, I was over at the job, man, you better go get that shit done. You save the discount. And I'm like, did any of y'all do the calculation how much y'all actually saving? They, oh, no, well, we saving. Money is money. Fuck that. Money is money. I'll save anything. Like, see, y'all stupid ass people, you just going off of saves and discounts, man. All right, but now let's see what happens if you get punished with this here system.
Worse. Huang Hui-jun lost a court case and didn't pay. Now he's on a government blacklist. I can't buy airplane or train tickets, he says, and the list goes on. Being discredited makes it hard to get a job or put kids in top schools.
So just imagine that. You can't leave the country. You can't travel. All right, you can't get a job. All right, then you can't apply for a loan for a house or anything like that. All right, so just imagine that, man. You got a certain amount of income coming in to pay all your bills. All right, but you start littering or whatever, whatnot, or you gossiping or whatever, whatnot. So then your score goes down. All right, then you lose your job because your score goes down. Now you can't pay your bills. All right, then you get evicted up out of your house. All right, then you can't even reapply for a new rent anywhere else or housing anywhere else. All right, you can't put your kids into school. All right, then you ain't gonna be able to go to the store and start buying anything. All right. So all this, you know, just let's say, for instance, you jaywalking, all right? Or let's just say the place that you need to be at, you know, they don't have an actual person crosswalk from here to there. You got to walk way up the block just to cross the street, man. All right? And you know how that gets sometimes. You never know what the circumstances are, all right? Not every place has, you know, you don't always have those small city blocks where just go up there and cross the street. Why not just right here, you know? But nevertheless, this is how they're getting prepared for this here thing, all right? You're not going to be able to buy or sell. You're not going to be able to get housing, be able to put your kids in school. You won't be able to go to the grocery store. You won't be able to travel, all right? You won't be able to do anything. You'll basically be a homeless person. Or, hey, we don't got to be homeless. We got this here nice little place for you to come to. It's called a concentration camp, all right? And eventually we'll just either starve you to death or put you to death, man, all right?
Social credit system will go nationwide next year, and few here are willing to criticize it. Something that may pose a risk itself. For a bad score, credit system will go nationwide next year, and few here are willing to criticize it. Something that may pose.
Take a look over here on the right-hand side of the top of this here screen, Skynet, all right? Where have we seen that before it, all right? But as you can see, all right, they got these cameras everywhere, and they're tagging everybody, all right? And they got all their information on everybody, all right?
A risk itself for a bad score and the life that comes with it. Janice Mackey for NBC.
And as you see here, every single person is chipped, or every single person here is basically showing up on this here system. That's why when you hear about, I think his name is Tom Wheeler, who had this speech talking about we need this 5G pushing forward because we're going to put everything, we're going to have hundreds of billions of chips out there, all right? We're going to have everything basically chipped, all right? If it's moving, if it's living, it's going to be chipped, all right? Basically plant waters and so on and so forth, all right? This is how they get the identification for everybody and know all the information for it. This is also why they're buying up all your information with things like Facebook, all these social media things. They're getting all your information, man. Your smartphone is getting all this information off you every single day, and you don't even really know it. All the technology in it. There's a lot of technology in your phone they don't even advertise or tell you about, all right? Just like, for one, a lot of these phones now coming out, so I just had to get a new phone, but they have built in now, not just an app, it's an app, but it's one of those apps you can't delete, all right? But nevertheless, they got a pedometer, basically, where it shows how many steps you have, all right? Some of your phones, like the iPhones and stuff, have your heart monitor and all these different things, man. They can also have a sleep monitor and things like that. They got microphones in them to record you and to know what your voice is like. They got fingerprint scans, retina scans, facial recognition, all these different things. They're getting all this information about you, man. Not to mention on Facebook, they know who all your associates are, the things you like, your Google searches, all the things that you into and everything like that, man. Everything that you watch on YouTube. So they know more information about you than anybody else, man. All right? But nevertheless, let's get back to these here scriptures. All right, Revelation 13 and 16 again. It says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. All right, and we just saw that everybody on that screen pretty much had a identification tag on them, not just them, the cars and everything else. All right. It says, verse 17, and no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And you heard how they were saying, look, if you get a poor score, You're not going to be able to get rent. You know, you'll lose your job. You won't be able to send your kids to school. You won't be able to get housing. You won't be able to travel. You won't be able to do any of these things, all right? So what? You're not going to be able to buy or sell. You basically not going to be able to be included into anything, all right? More or less, it's going to be like an authentication token, man. You'll be able to be around with everything else, but what? You can't use anything else. You see what I'm saying? Like, they got all these new electronic doors and door locks where they're going to scan you to get inside the door. It's like, well, I mean, shit, the building's still there. I mean, you could try to get in the building, but your chip is turned off, man. All right, you can go try to get a job, but instead of filling out the application, we just scan your chip. Oh, nah, you got a low credit score or social score, all right? But nevertheless, as you see in this here system, you're not going to be able to do anything in this system. This is, you know, a pilot system over there or a test run over in China right now, all right? As you can see, these things are being built up over here in America for the same thing with the 5G system. Everything going digital, everything going to these so-called smart devices, all right? All these different things is pointing out this to be the mark of the beast, all right? But we're going to go further into it. All right, verse 18, here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 603 So we're going to go to verse 16, and we're going to look up this here word mark, all right? This here word mark is charagma. It says a stamp or imprinted mark. The mark stamped upon the foreheads or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Or the mark branded upon horses, a thing carved, a sculpture, graven work, or idolatrous image. So just like back in the olden days when I used to brand horses to show who owned that horse, all right, this is a piece of my property, so I'm gonna put my name or my seal on the side of this here horse or this cow or whatever, whatnot, you know. Just like when all the cars you see, man, they're branded with the so-called owner of the company on there. You know, you can distinguish that's a Ford. I can see the Ford logo. That's a Chevy. I can see the Chevy logo, and so on and so forth. You know, so everything has a, you know, it's a marking on there to show who owns what. All right. So what? This is going to be the mark that's going to be showed to you or given to you to show that you're under the rulership of a certain, more or less to say a king or, you know, you got a master and you're going to be the servant. All right. You're going to be a slave basically into this here government. All right. Going further down, it says, the Strong's definition here says a scratch or etching, a stamp as a badge of servitude, a sculpture, figure, statue, graven mark, graven or mark. We're going to go further into this here word, but nevertheless, it's saying a scratch or etching. We're going to go further into that. All right. So this word here is karax, comes from the word karax. It says from karaxo, to sharpen to a point, akin to this other word. It says through the idea of scratching. All right. So again, this here mark, all right, is going to be a mark or a stamp put upon you. All right. Now it's going to be etched, or it's going to be through a sharpened point or scratching of the skin. All right. So it says a pale or a stake, a palisade or a rampart, pales between which the earth, stone, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. But nevertheless, you know, going into this here word pale or a stake. All right, let me go further down to Strong's definition. It says to sharpen to a point akin to G1125 through the idea of scratching, a stake, i.e. by implication, a palisade or rampart, military mound for circumvallation. All right. So nevertheless, it says from a to sharpen to a point. All right. But nevertheless, this is how it's going to be put inside of you. It's going to be through a basically a syringe. All right, through a pail or a stake. You know, you have a you watch those goddamn vampire shows or whatever, whatnot. They tell you, oh, you can only kill a vampire if you drive a stake through his heart. You know, a stake is pretty much like a, you know, like a pencil, pretty much. You know, a pencil is in the same shape of a stake. You know, instead of having a lead tip, you know, you just take a piece of wood or whatever, whatnot, and you sharpen it down to the same end, you know, to a sharp point. That's like a stake, all right, or a pail, all right, or you know, when people get impaled, all right. So this is the same thing, which is also in the same shape of, you know, a syringe, all right. Now we're gonna go further into this. Let me go back. We're gonna go down into this here word for 666, all right, 603 score and 6, all right. We're gonna go into that word, all right. It says let me go down to this here word. All right, going into the word stigma. All right, now remember this here mark or this here badge, Salakia. This here mark or this here badge is going to be implemented inside of your body. All right, it's going to be, you know, basically put inside of your body, on the inside of your body. All right, by what? By scratching or by, you know, sketching or scratching or etching of the skin, basically cutting into the skin. All right, by way of what? A pail or a stake. All right. It says the definition here says stixo, to stick or to prick, all right? So with that stake or that pail, all right, you're going to wind up sticking or pricking this here person to put this here mark inside of the body, all right? It says a mark pricked or branded upon the body. So these words are all going back into the same thing. That, you know, like you brand a cow or you brand a slave or things like that, you're going to wind up being branded. But how are you going to wind up being branded? All right, you're going to be branded by what? Basically, you're going to get this here mark, which is going to be impaled, scratched, or how do I say, put inside of your body via what? A stake or a pail. Or it says a mark pricked or branded upon the body. To ancient Orient usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked, cut into their bodies. All right. Again, it's going to be cut, pricked, or basically like taking a stake or something like that, or a needle and a syringe, because, you know, a needle or, a syringe is a medical term for a needle. All right. Just like when you go to the doctor and you get a, let's say you go into the doctor and you how they say, donating blood, right? They take that needle, all right, which at the tip of it it's got a sharp tip, just like a stake or a pail, and it's cutting inside of your skin, all right, and that needle goes inside your skin to be able to draw out the blood. Or if you, let's say you're getting vaccines, they cut or pierce your skin with that, and then they inject you with that vaccine or whatever. This is going to be the same way they're going to put this here mark of the beast inside of you, all right? It says a mark pricked or branded upon the body. To ancient Orient usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves this way with the token of their gods. So this is exactly what we're talking about here when you go into the mark of the beast, man. This is how it's going to wind up being put inside of you. All right. And let me go down a little bit further. It says Strong's definition. It says stigma. It says to stick, to prick, a mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership. Figuratively, a scar of service, a mark. All right. So it should be clear as day. All right. By going into these here definitions. All right. Where it says you're going to receive a mark. All right. And going into, 666 number. All right. Going further into this. These are all talking about marks that's going to basically brand you as let me just read it here. It says to stick, prick, a mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership. Figuratively, a scar of service or a mark. All right, it's going to basically show your status of, somebody owning you or whatever, whatnot, or who's going to wind up owning you. All right, it's not going to be the Most High at this point, because why? You chose who's going to be your master, who you're going to wind up serving. All right, and this is your system. All right, which is against the Most High. All right, so what? This is the mark of the beast. All right, the mark of the beast is going to be something that is going to be a mark or something that's going to be impaled and stuck inside of your skin. You're gonna have to prick or to punch a hole in, or to stick a person with something like a pail or a stake to inject this here mark inside of the skin to show as a brand of servitude to a certain master. All right. So going back into what the mark of the beast is, going into what you see nowadays when you go and you look on videos of people getting this RFID chip. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. All right, so I found this here video real quick, which is, hey, it's all spiritual. Look at the time marker of this video. It's 1 minute and 44 seconds long. But nevertheless, they'll show you in this here video exactly how you're going to wind up getting this here chip, which they already implementing this chip now, all right, here in America. All right, this one here says microchip implanted into employees of Wisconsin business. This is from NBC News, all right? So I'm going to play this here video, and we're going to go ahead and close out.
Westby might just have a hand in shaping the future. The CEO of vending machine maker 3 Square Market literally opening doors with automation that's turning some workers into high-tech machines of sorts. This is a lot more than just some sort of novelty to you.
It is. It's reality. With all of the interest we've seen in it.
Not just a novelty, it's reality. This is, he said it right. This is reality. This is where we're coming to, man. This is the time we're living in, man. All right, and this is the mark of the beast, man.
I can tell this is definitely the future.
By injecting a rice-sized micro...
Boom. By injecting a rice-sized microchip, all right? As you can see on the video, this here, basically this drawing here is a syringe, all right? But what? It's like, back in the old days, it's pretty much the same thing as a stake or pail, all right? If you was to basically take this here needle, all right, and you started basically stabbing people with it, all right, you would basically be impaling people with this here syringe, all right? It's the same thing we was just talking about, all right? So what? They're going to take this syringe, inject this here microchip inside of you, all right? Now, this microchip is going to show ownership or servitude to this here system, all right? Or put it this way, eventually everybody here in America or the whole planet Earth is going to have this here chip. If you don't have this here chip, you're not a part of this here society. All right. So what? You're going to wind up belonging to this here society, which is ran by who? Basically the devil. All right. So, hey, like I said, it should be clear as day, man. All right.
Chip into a willing employee's hand, all kinds of data can
And to a willing
literally opening doors with automation that's turning some workers into high-tech machines of sorts. This is a lot more than just some sort of novelty to you.
It is. It's reality. With all of the interest we've seen in it, I can tell this is definitely the future.
By injecting a rice-sized microchip into a willing employee's hand, all kinds of data can be programmed into them, from driver's licenses and medical ID cards to logging onto computers,
You have to hold it up to something such as this.
even purchasing snacks in the company break room. More than 50 employees have volunteered. How much did that hurt?
Didn't really hurt a lot.
A third holding off for now.
It kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Some experts
Hey, that's all spiritual. A third holding off, because why? We know that the ones that's not going to take this here RFID chip is going to be what? The 144,000 and the 1/3 of Israel. All right. But nevertheless, hey, this is all spiritual, man. If you can't see this by now, like the scriptures say, hey, the rest was blinded, man. You just might be blinded at this point in time, man.
suggest caution. Among the concerns, ID theft, health, and whether the chips can be tracked by GPS.
Most people don't really understand how this technology works, what data is collected, how it's stored, or who might be able to get access to it legally or illegally.
3 Square says their employees cannot be tracked by satellite. Melissa Timmons was skeptical, but is now chipped.
Yeah, right now it's only to buy a candy bar and get in our building, but there's a lot more that's going to be coming with it.
Chips off the new block.
Heard what she said? It's just candy bars and this and that, but it's going to be a lot more coming with it. So just when they start implementing this here chip everywhere, all right, they're going to be giving you the so-called, the goodies at first. Oh, you can just get this free, get that free, get this discounted, get that, so on and so forth, until you get to the end all be all. Everybody's chipped like, all right, now we're going to actually turn this bitch on and give you the real rules in the game, the real rules of the game now. All right, if you do this, you do that, we're going to turn your shit off. What you going to do? Take it out of you? You can't take it out. You try to take it out, we'll just release the cyanide that's in it and kill your ass, man. All right?
I'll choose to pay with my hand here.
Cool and technology, once again, hand in hand. Ron Mott, NBC News, River Falls, Wisconsin.
Do you see that?
Once again, hand in hand. Ron Mott, NBC News, River Falls, Wisconsin.
Homeboy got a shirt that says, I got chipped. That's how low these people are nowadays, man. They going over here, so basically, they Edomites, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? They over here selling their damn soul, you know what I'm saying? Well, getting completely marked for damn near destruction, all right? And just to get a damn t-shirt and be able to buy some snacks like that, man. All right, how long the whole time you've been on this planet Earth living, you've been carrying your keys around with you, your driver's license around with you and shit, money around with you or whatever. Now, you don't leave it home without it, but now all of a sudden it's a big inconvenience. Like every day you've been forgetting your damn wallet at home, you can't eat every day at lunch, forgetting your keys and shit. Man, if that's the problem, motherfucker, you need to reevaluate your life and what the fuck you doing with life, man. All right, you'll learn real quick. Oh, no, we got to have a chip, man. We got to have this here chip, man. All right, but then what? Just like every damn thing else, man, you realize if you was just look at how dumb people are getting out with these damn smartphones and shit like that, and you was to go back, well, like, maybe we didn't need all these smartphones because people are getting dumber and dumber and dumber. Their attention span is getting shorter and shorter, and people ain't really talking with each other no more because this so-called technology to make our life better really made our life worse. All right, so what? This is what this mark of the beast is. All right, the mark of the beast is this RFID chip. Once they implant it inside of the human beings, man. All right, the technology's already out. They're already pushing it around the world with everything else. Your keys got them. Or if you got a push button start car, your keys got it. Your debit cards got it. Credit cards got it. Some places I know here in Florida, our driver's license got them. A lot of different things got them nowadays. Your cell phones and everything. But what? Once they start putting it inside of you, all right, this is the mark of the beast, man. All right, there's no way around it. All right, and it's clear as day, man. We went through the words. We broke it down. You know, what those words mean from the ancient times, all right? What those words meant, basically, you was going to get something impaled inside of your skin, with basically something implanted inside of your skin, all right, with the stake or a pail. It's going to wind up punching the skin or puncturing the skin, all right? And they're going to wind up injecting something inside of you, all right, to show a mark of servitude to this here system, all right? That's exactly what this here situation is going to be, man. They're going to wind up implanting you with this here RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, man. All right, so with that, Lord willing, you was edified. It's clear as day to you now what the mark of the beast is. All right, it's not Christianity. All right, it's not no philosophies or whatnot, man. It's this RFID chip, man. All right, and there's no I just showed you 2 different videos. You know, one in China, how they was letting you know, man, you're not gonna be able to buy or sell unless you got this chip and you got a so-called good credit score or social score. All right, so nevertheless, like I said, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. All right, and you know what I'm saying? It's clear as day to you what this here is, you know, and you're not, how do I say, on a rocky road or whatnot, stuck between what this is or what that is, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, Lord willing, it was clear as day for you to see what this here mark of the beast is. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can pushing this truth and sincerity on the 4 corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.